Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about polynomial functions here. Polynomial functions graph to be what are called smooth continuous curves. Smooth means you can it doesn't have any sharp corners. No sharp corners. So you can't have a function that's going like this and then that. That would be considered a corner. So in order to be smooth, it has no sharp corners, okay? So we've been drawing things like this, that type of thing, okay? To be continuous, that means you can trace it without lifting your pencil. So like if I had a curve that went like this, that is not continuous. Because I would have to pick up my pencil, at the open dot and then move it up there. Like I can't trace it all without lifting my pencil. So smooth continuous curves are like this, or like this, or like that. Those are all smooth continuous curves, okay? Now, the number of x-intercepts you can have, so let's say we have a function in general form. Okay, we won't write all the terms out, but it's all based on the leading term anyway. The number of x-intercepts, the highest number of x-intercepts equals n. So if you have a third degree polynomial, the most x-intercepts you can have is 3. Now you don't have to have 3, but that's the most you can have. All right? The number of turning points the most you can have, so the most number of turning points is n minus 1. So if I have f of x equals x to the 5th plus x squared minus 7, the most number of turning points I can have is 4. That's the most number of turning points. The most number of x-intercepts would be 5. Okay, so, all right, we'll give you a better example here. Without graphing the function, determine the local behavior of the function by finding the maximum number, or the most, number of x-intercepts and turning points. Okay, so x-intercepts, the max is 10. I can have more than 10 x-intercepts. That's the most I could have because it goes by that exponent. All right, the number of turning points, the max number of turning points, pretend like that's the dot on the I. Okay, we'll pretend that says turning points. Okay, is going to be 9. The max is 9. So you could have 9 turning points. It could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That would be the most. Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could look like that. Probably doesn't, but it could look something like that. You do not want to graph that polynomial function. That would be very difficult to graph by hand. Okay? But that's the most number of turning points you could have. You don't have to have 9, but that's the most you can have.